What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. My name is Jerry, and this is Jerry, the CEO. So today we're in Atlanta with it, and we're gonna ask some entrepreneurs as far as like some of the goals for 2023, and do you think money buy happiness? Last question is, how would they invest $1,000 to get to where they're at right now? So these are people that own multiple businesses, make multiple 6 figures a year, maybe 7 figures. So we just want to hear from their point of view. All right, let's go. All right, man, go ahead and tell people your name and what you do for work.
Hey, what's up, people? It's your boy Vince Howard, actor Vince Howard. Y'all already know where to catch me, the commercials, the TV, the films, all that, man. We right here at the CEO Private Run, though. If you don't got a business, you have no business here. So that's this link right now.
All right, man. So I'm from Orlando. I'm just trying to connect out here.
Okay.
I just got a couple questions for you, right?
Let's do it.
First question is, what's some of your goals for 2023 as far for your business and personal?
Well, I got a media production company. So right now we just focused on weddings and private events. Right now, I do a lot of music videos, television, and commercial shoots.
Yeah. So what are some of your goals for your business aspect? Like what 2 goals for your business right now?
This year we want to shoot 30 weddings this year. Okay. So that's basically almost 3 weddings a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's pretty hard. So we're just shooting for that goal. That's our target. Okay. That's really the main target right now this year, is to shoot 30 weddings.
All right, and what's some of your goals for your personal life?
My personal life, so as an actor, I'm trying to, my passion is film. So I'm trying to, land some movie roles, more movie roles, and more TV and television roles.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
The next question is, do you think money buy happiness?
Man, that's a big question.
Because a lot of people usually think the more money they have, the happier they get.
Right.
Sometimes some people think the more money you have, the more problems you get.
Right.
So what do you think?
I think both are great aspects to money. I think it does bring happiness to a certain point. I think that you can't get caught up in the money making you happy, because that's not what's making you happy. You got to do things with that money to make you happy too.
So the money doesn't bring you value, but what you do with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. And last question is, if you had to start all over and you only have $1,000, how would you invest that $1,000 to get to where you're at now?
Man. That's a good question. Oh man, you know what? I would do the same thing I did in 2015. Get my business name, start my LLC, and start branding, bro, with that $1,000.
Yes, thank you, man.
Yeah,
appreciate you.
absolutely.
Thank you for the video.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, man. Today we here with
Eric.
All right, Eric, what you do for work?
I'm a barber. I'm also a signed actor. I'm signed to 2 different agencies. So yeah, I own a barbershop too.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Questions I had today is, what are some of your goals for 2023 as far for business and personal?
Business, I want to be fully automated this year. I want to get to the point where I'm making money where I don't have to go actually physically be in my place of work, you know what I'm saying? The money is still being generated.
Totally. About personal life?
Personal life, as far as like my acting goes and stuff like that, I want to land like bigger roles this year. Like I've been, gaining some traction lately. Want to keep going with that. See, my son is an actor too. Want to see him, bring all his goals to fruition. He's doing extremely well. So
that's dope. So you keep it in the family.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure. Yeah. All right. So I'm pretty sure you started. Everybody really starts from the bottom. I mean, I don't know how you start, but as far as getting to a point where now you just want to make money fully automated, so that means you have to start, working for your money, right? So now my question is, do you think money buys happiness?
Money buys you. Money can't. I mean, in a sense, because money could buy back some of the time that you spend now investing into your business, right? So with that time that you have, the extra time you have, man, it's up to you what you do with that. And with that extra time that you have, maybe that leads to happiness. Maybe that leads to destruction. Maybe you're doing some stuff that you shouldn't be doing, But with that extra time that you have on your hands, that can lead to a lot of happiness.
So technically it's about what you do when you have the money and not completely what the money's worth.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. So my last question is, right? So if you had to start all over with $1,000 in your name, how would you invest that $1,000 to get to where you are today?
$1,000 to make it back to the point that I am today, I'd take that whole $1,000 and put it into marketing. Marketing is where it's at, man. People do not realize that putting the money into yourself is just that. It's putting the money into yourself. You betting on you, man. Like, if you won't bet on you, why would you expect other people to?
If you don't bet on yourself, then why would you expect somebody else to bet on you? So technically, you're saying that no matter what, bet on yourself against all odds, right?
Against all odds,
all odds, man. All right, man. Thank you so much for the interview, bro.
Anytime, bro.
Appreciate you. All right, man. Today we're here with the man, the one and only. I'm gonna let him go ahead and introduce himself.
Rashad Williams, aka New York Tax All Day. Let's get it.
Sir. So I have 3 questions for you today, right? What are some of your goals for 2023? One for business and one for personal.
One for personal, one for business. They kind of intertwine for me. On the business side, automate more parts of my business so that I can personally have more time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm looking to be a timionaire, baby.
Got you. So once you have more time, what are you planning on doing with your time?
For me, it's family. I'm a family guy. So when I think about time, I think about being able to spend more time with my family, more time for myself, even more time to be in a relationship. Like, you know, as an entrepreneur, sometimes I don't got time to be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You want time, I don't got the time, you know?
All right, so my next question is, technically now you're at a level where now you already work for the money, from to a point where now you just want to automate the system, right? So do you think money buys happiness?
Absolutely not.
What makes you think that?
Money's a tool. If you use the tool appropriately, it gives you time to focus on your happiness. But happiness cannot be brought because happiness is within, bro. You can have all the money and still be happy. You can not have money and still be happy. So, you know, I feel like happiness is rooted in how you wake up in the morning, your mindset, what you determined to do that day, you know. How do you plan on making yourself happy and the people, you know, that are around you that's counting on you? How do you deliver to them? Because that's connected to your happiness. Because you love and care for them, you know.
So technically, money have no value, but what you do with the money give you all the value.
100%, brother.
All right. So my last question: if you had to start all over today, and you only have $1,000 to your name, what would you do with that $1,000 to get to where you're at today?
Do I know the information that I have already?
Well, that's a good one.
Because I got some information now.
Let's say you have no information, but you know enough. So let's say I'm from Orlando, right? And I'm trying to get to a point where I move to Orlando, you know, to be in a mastermind, right? How would you get from Orlando, invest that $1,000 to go from Orlando to come here and, you know, grow it to?
Okay, first I'm gonna get a mega bus ticket because that's cheap. I'm coming to the A, right? And then I'm gonna holler at New York Tax All Day because one of the easiest things that you can do is invest into a tax business because all you need is the information, the software, the network, and that'll turn into everything that you possibly need because you're getting into a business that already has a demand. This time of the year, the government is requiring you to do what? File your taxes. So you don't have to worry about too much marketing. The demand is already there. You don't have to worry about where people are going to be because you can actually go to where they are once you get into a network like mine, you know? So I'm taking that 1,000, I'm going to Atlanta, I'm hollering at New York Tax All Day, I'm getting the software, I'm getting the education.
Get in the room, get in the circle, eventually get to where you want to be.
Facts.
All right, man. Thank you so much for the interview, man. Appreciate you for everything, my boy.
Hey.
All right, man. Today we're here with
Nicholas Mentor.
Yes, sir. Nick, what do you do for work?
I'm a software owner of a company called Connectedly. Shout out to my 2 business partners. Also, we own an event space, and as a career choice, I decided to do audio for film and television.
Ooh, event space is the new thing right now. So if you want to get on it, go ahead and holler out my man. So I have a question for you. What are some of your goals for 2023 as far as one for business and one for personal?
All right, so one for personal. Let's just start there. For me, it's definitely been a fitness journey and putting myself in a better mental and spiritual space. I realized since I started that journey before 2023, my focus is much better and I'm actually getting a lot more done. So, you know, mental health, physical health and spiritual health is very important because it all leads into your business.
Perfect. Now, how are you going to transfer that into your business?
Well, it's all about commitment and being dedicated. You know, so how can we lead people and how can we take it to the next level if we're not keeping the promises to ourselves? So in order for me to keep promises within my business, I feel like I definitely need to be able to keep promises to myself.
Perfect. Now the next question we have is, do you think money buys happiness?
Do I think money buys happiness? No, I don't. Money is definitely a tool, but how you use money can definitely create a positive atmosphere for happiness. Happiness is definitely a feeling. I think that joy is something that's a little bit more consistent, where happiness is an emotion and it kind of comes and goes. But money is definitely a tool that we can use to create time freedom. And usually time freedom is what actually can help you have happiness.
Gotcha. So I read a quote, well, I heard it from Kevin Durant. He said that, I think somebody asked him, are you happy? He said, you don't care too much about happiness because it's a feeling that you're constantly chasing. It's not always the same because you have your high and lows. It's just the joy. So that when you say that, it just brought it back to me that I think joy would be like something that people should, try to enjoy more instead of happiness, because it's a constant feelings that you're chasing, and you never know if you're gonna be happy when you get to the point that you want to be at, compared to like just enjoying the process and be happy, enjoying the moment throughout the whole time. Now, my last question is, if you had to start all over today and you only have $1,000 to your name, how would you invest that $1,000?
All right, if I had to start all over today and I only had $1,000 to my name, this is what I would do. First thing I would do is I would create a weekly webinar that I would launch, teaching within a specific niche in terms of how can I help people solve a specific problem. From there, I would end up selling a digital product. Now, how would I actually use the $1,000? I would run $1,000 worth of ads to that webinar in order to sell the digital product, grow an audience, and get more people to buy.
Perfect. So you think putting yourself out there and paying for software to be able to push yourself out there even more in front of millions of people would help you as far as you get to? Always,
man. Bet on yourself. Bet on yourself, baby.
Man, this is the second person that said bet on yourself today. Thank you, man. Thank you so much for this video. Today we're here with
JV, CEO, man.
Yes, sir. What do you do for work?
I'm a restaurateur, man. I own the #1 seafood restaurant in Buckhead. It's called The Boiler Seafood, right on Piedmont. I got 2-3 more restaurants opening up here in the near future.
First question of the day is, what are some of your goals for 2023? One for business and one for personal.
Okay, business goals. So I'm building out 2 restaurants right now in Midtown to get those complete, get those fully up and running. Continue to grow the brand in Buckhead, the seafood restaurant I opened up, me and my business partner. And personal, just keep remaining the same me. Keep growing spiritually, personally, and keep developing all around. Keep being a sponge, learning the game, and being a student of the game for real.
Sure, never stop learning, because that's how you get ahead.
Yeah.
So next question I have is, do you think money buys happiness?
That's a great question. Money can buy happiness, because I know without it, it's gonna be tough, but you create your own heart, and I feel like money helps solve a lot of problems. So I'd rather have the money than not have the money, but it doesn't create your own happiness. You create your own happiness. I know a lot of people who are rich that are not happy, and I know people with the bare minimum who live a wonderful life. So it's all about who you are as a person. So
who you are as a person determine what you do with the money, which add on to your happiness.
Correct.
Perfect. So my last question is, I know now you own the Bowler.
Yeah.
You're in the process of opening 2 or 3 more.
2 or 3 more, yeah.
2 or 3 more. And I know you're in the process of building a house right now, right?
Yep.
Perfect.
I bought 1.2 acres over in Sandy Springs, man. We should break ground in like another 2 weeks, so I'm happy for that.
All right, so I have one more question.
Okay.
How long does it take you to go from beginning like entrepreneurship to like where you're at now? Like how long does
it all depends on you. Right now with technology, with YouTube, you can look on your phone and research whatever you want to learn. So it's really up to you, man. I would recommend getting a mentor. So whatever field you in, get a mentor, man, and be a student of the game. It's a lot of people out here teaching courses nowadays. Whatever field you want to get in, you go look for that field and get a mentor and pay for that course, man. Invest in yourself. So.
Perfect. Now my last question is, how would you invest $1,000 if you had to start all over and you have $1,000 to your name?
Just like what I said, with $1,000, I go get a mentor, get one of these courses and enrich my learning, man, and build and grow from there.
For sure, man. Thank you so much
for sure, man.
Bro. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Today we're here with
Corey Arbinger, Support Like How the CEO.
Okay. You already said it. I was gonna ask you what you do for it, but you already said it. All right. So Corey, I have a question for you, right? All right. What are some of your goals for 2023? Man. I want one from your business and one from your personal, like as far as personal life.
2023. One of my goals is for my personal. I would just say to create peace in my life. I think so many times we be going, working hard, but we just like peace. So I really want to focus on having peace mentally, spiritually, like every day. I would say for my business, I want to create systems and automations that can take me out of the business. So I almost like want to fire myself from doing everyday work, and that'll help create peace as well. So if I'm doing less work in the business, but it's operating at a high level, I'll create peace for myself. So they kind of go hand in hand.
Gotcha. Okay. So my next question is, I think it goes with this. Do you think money buy happiness?
I don't think money can buy happiness, but I think money can increase happiness. I think that a lot of times when you have money, you're able to do whatever you want to. So think about if you're struggling to pay for groceries, struggling to pay for vacation time, struggling to feed your kids. Well, if you had money, then you would relieve stress in that area, which would make you a little more happy. Correct. Right? So, and a lot of times when you can do for others, it makes you feel good as well, but you can't do that with lack of funds.
Gotcha. Yeah, so technically, I think you probably saying that money is not happiness, what you do with the money create.
Correct, exactly, 100%.
So my last question is, if you had to start all over and you have $1,000 to your name, how would you invest that $1,000 to get to where you're at today?
If I had to start all over and I had $1,000 to my name, ooh. Well, what I would do is I would create a social media platform because it's free. I would start building my community on social media. Then from there, I would make a mock-up of a t-shirt that I wanted to drop, and then I would let the people pre-sale. I would pre-sell it so that they can give me their money, and I would add my money to put down payment to have the shirt start to be made, and then I would just continue to funnel the money and repeat that process.
Man, that's why he on the #1 black card. Come on now. But thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Of course, man. Of course, anytime, bro.
And by the way, this is my brand right here. I just started it. You feel me?
So, that's hard. The world is yours. I'm self-made. I love it.
I just started.
I love it, bro.
Like in November. So
congrats, man.
Appreciate you.
There it is, bro. You gotta start somewhere. You start and then you keep it pushing. That's it.
So you heard it here, man. As you could see, we had different people in here, multiple 6-7 figures brand owners, restaurant owners, clothing brand owners. But yeah, man, as you guys could see, the main thing they say they want to focus on is happiness. But as you can see, a lot of them, they want to focus more on happiness, and also some of the goals they had in their life, again, is go to having a peaceful life because they're on goal for entrepreneurship. And yeah, and also if they want to invest, you see how they want to say they want to invest into like a mastermind. So from this video, what you can learn is get in the room, put yourself out there, and also always bet on yourself. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. We have more video like these coming out. All right.